The sky was dark and quiet over the remote human base on Terra 9. The stars shone like tiny diamonds scattered across the endless black. Suddenly, a loud explosion tore through the silence. A massive spaceship, scarred and smoking, fell from the sky. It crashed hard on the rocky ground not far from the base. Soldiers rushed outside. Their weapons were ready. Alarms blared everywhere. The base commander, Captain Rhea, stood at the top of the control tower, watching the burning ship. She barked orders. "Everyone get ready! We don't know what's coming!" From the twisted wreckage, a figure slowly climbed out. The alien warrior was tall and strong, but he was badly injured. Blood stained his armor, and he struggled to stand. His eyes scanned the area, searching for something or someone. Soldiers pointed their guns at him. The tension was thick. No one dared to move first. The alien raised his weapon slowly, but then something unexpected happened. He dropped it. "Spare me, human," he whispered in broken English, his voice barely audible. "I'll be whatever you want." The soldiers were stunned. Alien warriors never begged. Captain Rhea stepped forward. "Why are you begging? What do you want?" The alien's eyes were full of fear and pain. He did not answer. The soldiers moved carefully. They captured the alien and locked him in a small cell deep inside the base. He sat on the cold floor, breathing hard, but still silent. Later, in the command room, Captain Rhea and her team gathered around a holographic map. The alien warrior was an unknown enemy. His people were feared across the galaxy for their cruelty and strength. "Why did he surrender?" asked Lieutenant Davis. "Alien warriors fight to the death. They don't beg." Rhea shook her head. "There must be something more. We need to learn why." Suddenly the alien spoke. His voice was weak but urgent. "They coming, big fleet. Destroy all." Everyone froze. "Who is coming?" Rhea asked. The alien looked down. "The hunters, the destroyers, they take everything, no mercy." "Hunters?" Davis repeated. "We have no records of them." "They hide," the alien said. "Only few know. We sent to stop them, but I failed." Rhea's mind raced. If this alien was telling the truth, then Terra 9 was in grave danger. The base was not just a remote outpost. It was a target. She looked at the alien carefully. "If you know this enemy, can you help us fight them?" The alien's eyes met hers. "I choose side, human side, save you." The room was silent. Trusting a former enemy was risky, but the alien's fear was real. Rhea made a decision. "We keep him alive. For now." That night, Rhea walked to the alien's cell. She wanted to understand more. "Why did your people send you to destroy us?" she asked. The alien's face was tired. "My fleet, war. They believe humans are weak. Threat to nothing. But you begged for mercy. Why?" she pressed. "Because I saw the hunters," he said. "They are worse than war. They destroy all life." Rhea felt a chill. She had never heard of such a threat. "Why choose humans?" she asked. "Because humans fight. Humans survive. I want live. And I want to help." In the days that followed, the alien warrior remained quiet but watched everything carefully. Soldiers were nervous around him. Some wanted him gone. Others were curious. But one thing was clear. The peace on Terra 9 was fragile. Outside the base, strange signals appeared. The scanners picked up unknown ships moving fast. The warning was clear. Danger was near. Rhea gathered her team. "We prepare. This is only the start." The alien warrior looked at the starry sky and whispered, "They come soon." The story of the alien warrior who dropped his weapon and begged for mercy had only just begun. What secret did he carry? What was the fate of Terra 9? And what would happen when the real enemy arrived? The alien warrior sat quietly inside the cold metal cell. His eyes were heavy with pain and fear, but there was also something else. Regret. Captain Rhea stood outside the cell, watching him carefully. She knew this was no ordinary enemy. The soldiers whispered among themselves. Some called him a traitor. Others wondered if he was a spy. But no one knew the truth. Rhea called for Lieutenant Davis and the base's translator specialist, Dr. Myers. They needed to talk to the alien and learn why he had begged for mercy. The alien's broken English made it hard to understand, but slowly, piece by piece, the story came out. "My name is Korath," he said, "from the Draxian fleet." "Draxian fleet?" Davis asked. "They are known as the fiercest warriors in the galaxy." Korath nodded. "Yes, we fight many wars. But now, bigger threat?" "What threat?" Rhea asked, leaning closer. "The hunters," Korath repeated, voice low and serious. "They come from outside known space. Their ships are like shadows, silent, deadly. They destroy planets, fleets, everything." Korath looked around nervously. "My fleet sent to stop them. But hunters too strong. Many died. I was only one. Left." Rhea's heart pounded. If this was true, Terra 9 was in grave danger. "Why did you surrender?" Dr. Myers asked. "Why beg humans for mercy?" Korath's eyes filled with sorrow. "Because I want to live. And because I choose humans now. They fight, they survive. I want to help." Rhea studied him. Trust was hard to come by, but this alien was different. He was scared. He had seen something worse than war. "We will keep you safe, Korath," she said softly. "But you must tell us everything." Later, Korath gave more details. He described the hunters' fleet. Huge ships covered in black armor, armed with weapons unlike anything humans had seen. They had no mercy. They left only death and silence behind. "The hunters do not fight for power or land," Korath said. "They want destruction, total destruction." The humans listened carefully. This enemy was not just another warlord or rebel. This was something terrifying, something unstoppable. Meanwhile, outside the base, sensors detected strange movements. Reports came in, unidentified ships appearing in nearby sectors, faster than anything humans had ever seen. Rhea called an emergency meeting. "If Korath's story is true, we have little time. We must prepare for an attack." But not everyone was convinced. Some officers argued that the alien might be lying, trying to trick them. Rhea stood firm. "We cannot take that risk. If these hunters come, we must be ready." That night, as the base went into high alert, Korath sat alone in his cell. He stared at the small window, thinking about his people, his lost fleet, and the terrible choice he had made. He whispered to himself, "I hope humans can survive." The tension grew. The mystery of the hunters loomed over Terra 9. What would happen next? Could the humans and this alien warrior really work together to face a threat no one had seen before? The next morning, Captain Rhea sat at the command table, staring at the holographic star map. The blinking red dots showed the paths of unknown ships near Terra 9. Something was coming closer, faster than expected. Lieutenant Davis paced nervously. "If these hunters are real, we have no idea how to fight them." Rhea nodded. "That's why we need Korath's help. He knows their tactics." They decided to bring Korath to the briefing room. Guards led the alien warrior from his cell. His face showed pain, but his eyes burned with determination. Rhea asked, "Tell us everything you know about the hunters." Korath took a deep breath. "Hunters are shadows. They strike without warning. They don't fight for land or power. They want to destroy life itself. Many races tried to stop them, all failed." He paused, looking down. "My people fought them before, lost many ships. They sent me to find new allies and to warn others. I was supposed to stop hunters here." Davis frowned. "Why did your fleet order you to destroy Terra 9 then?" Korath's voice was low. "Because humans were growing strong. They feared humans would fight hunters and win. So they wanted to stop humans before hunters come." The room was silent. It was a shocking truth. Korath's own people saw humans as a threat. But for what reason? Rhea looked at Korath. "So you chose to protect humans instead of attacking?" Korath nodded. "Yes, I saw humans fight to live. They never give up. I want to be on winning side." Suddenly, an alarm blared through the base. The scanner showed a fleet moving fast toward Terra 9. It was the hunters. Panic filled the room. Soldiers hurried to their posts. Weapons were prepared. The base was ready for battle. Rhea turned to Korath. "We need your knowledge now. Help us fight or we all die." Korath stood tall despite his wounds. "I will fight with you. I promise." Outside, dark shapes moved closer through space. The silent hunters were almost here. The fate of Terra 9, and maybe the entire galaxy, was about to be decided. The Dark Hunter's fleet moved closer to Terra 9, silent and deadly. Inside the human base, soldiers prepared for the fight of their lives. Captain Rhea stood on the command deck, watching the screens with a tight jaw. Korath stood beside her, pointing at the holographic map. Hunters attack fast. They use shadows, cloak their ships. You will not see them until too late. Lieutenant Davis frowned. "How do we fight something we cannot see?" Korath looked at him seriously. "We use their fear against them. They fear light, use flares, bright bursts. It can reveal their ships." The base scrambled fighters and defense cannons. The first warning came. A sudden explosion near the outer perimeter. Hunter ships appeared, black and sharp, attacking with strange energy weapons. The human fighters tried to respond, but the hunters moved with unnatural speed. Rhea shouted orders. "Fire flares, light up the sky!" Bright bursts of light exploded in space, revealing the hunters briefly. Human ships fired their weapons quickly, hitting some enemy vessels, but the hunters were ruthless. They ignored damage and pushed forward. In the middle of battle, Korath joined the fighters in a damaged but fast ship. His hands moved skillfully on the controls. "Follow me," he called. "I know their weakness." He led a group of fighters through narrow asteroid fields where the hunters' ships could not follow easily. There, Korath used an ancient Draxian weapon to disable several enemy vessels. Back at the base, Rhea saw the tide turning. "Hold the line. We can win this." After fierce fighting, the hunters suddenly retreated, disappearing into the dark. Void, the base was safe, for now. Soldiers cheered, but Rhea's eyes were still filled with worry. "The hunters will return," she said quietly. Korath nodded. "This is only the beginning. They will come again, stronger." Rhea looked at him, feeling the weight of the war ahead. The battle was won, but the real war had just begun. After the fierce battle, the base was quiet but tense. Captain Rhea gathered her trusted officers in the war room. The threat of the hunters was real and growing. "We need to learn more about them," Rhea said. "And we need allies." Korath, still weak but determined, stepped forward. "My people, the Draxians, have knowledge about the hunters, but many do not want to help humans. They fear hunters too." Lieutenant Davis looked at Rhea. "Can we trust Korath's people? They sent him to destroy us before." Rhea sighed. "We don't have a choice. We need their technology, their knowledge." Korath nodded. "I can take you to my people's hidden base. Maybe they will listen if they see the threat." The next day, a small team including Rhea, Davis, and Korath prepared to leave Terra 9. The journey to the Draxian base was dangerous, passing through asteroid fields and enemy territory. During the trip, Korath told stories about his people, their history, their battles, and their fears of the hunters. They destroy everything, not just ships or planets, but hope. We all must fight together. Rhea listened carefully. The burden on this alien warrior was clear. As they approached the Draxian base, the ship's sensors picked up warnings. The hunters might be nearby again. The tension grew. Could the humans and Draxians really unite against such a terrible enemy? Or would old grudges and fear tear them apart? The fate of many species rested on the next few hours. The small ship landed near a hidden base inside a giant asteroid. Captain, Rhea and her team stepped out, feeling the cold, strange air of the Draxian world. Korath led them inside. The halls were dark and quiet. Soon they reached a large chamber where the Draxian Council waited, tall, serious aliens with sharp eyes. The Council's leader spoke first. "Why have you come, Korath? You betrayed your people by saving humans." Korath bowed his head. "Because the hunters are worse than any enemy. If we do not stop them together, we all will die." Rhea stepped forward. We need your help to fight the hunters. They attacked our base and will come again. One council member sneered. Humans and Draxians fighting side by side. Impossible. Another said, we have been hiding for too long. Perhaps it is time to act. The room grew tense. Korath looked at Rhea. We must prove we are ready to fight. But first we need a plan, Rhea agreed. We can combine our forces, your weapons, our strategy. Suddenly, alarms blared. Hunter ships were near, too close. The council members looked shocked. They found us. Rhea grabbed her comm. Prepare defenses. We must survive this attack. The base shook as the hunters struck. Humans and Draxians fought together for the first time. Explosions lit the darkness, and desperate voices filled the air. The fate of this secret base, and their fragile alliance, was in the balance. The secret base shook from heavy hunter attacks. Humans and Draxians fought side by side, their weapons firing into the dark sky. Captain Rhea stood at the front line, shouting orders. Hold the walls, don't let them break through. Korath flew his fighter outside, dodging hunter blasts. His hands moved fast, destroying enemy ships one by one. Lieutenant Davis helped coordinate the fighters. We can't keep this up much longer. They are too many. Rhea's voice was steady but urgent. We must. If this base falls, we lose everything. Inside the base, soldiers worked to repair damage and help the wounded. The battle was fierce and seemed endless. Suddenly, Korath's fighter was hit. He crashed but managed to escape before the ship exploded. He ran inside, breathing hard. They are stronger than I thought. Rhea put a hand on his shoulder. We will find a way. We must. Then the hunters changed tactics. They sent a large ground force to invade the base. The defenders prepared for close combat. The fight moved from the skies to the halls and corridors. Every step was dangerous. Every corner could hide an enemy. Rhea looked at her team. We survive or we die here. Fight with everything you have. The battle for the secret base was a test of will, strength, and trust. The battle inside the base was fierce. Humans and Draxians fought together, but the hunters kept coming. Every hallway echoed with shouts, blasts, and the sounds of struggle. Captain Rhea found herself face to face with a hunter warrior. The alien's eyes burned with hate. She raised her weapon, ready to fight, but then she heard a voice behind her. Korath's voice. Wait. Don't kill him, Korath shouted, stepping forward. Rhea hesitated. Why? Korath looked at the hunter warrior and said, Because this is our chance. If we kill him, the hunters will fight harder. But if we show mercy, maybe we can stop the war. The hunter warrior lowered his weapon, surprised. Rhea thought for a moment. The battle was wearing everyone down. Maybe there was another way. She nodded slowly. Okay, we try peace. Korath stepped forward and spoke to the hunter warrior in his own language. The warrior listened, then nodded. Outside, the fighting began to slow. The hunters stopped attacking. A silence fell over the battlefield. The humans and Draxians looked at each other. They had won the battle, not with destruction, but with hope. Captain Rhea spoke into the comms. Tell the fleets to stand down. We want peace. Korath smiled faintly. Sometimes the strongest warrior is the one who can choose peace. The war was not over, but a new path had begun.